Hey guys, welcome back or welcome here, whichever the case may be. In my case, it's welcome back because I haven't been on in a little minute. I did kind of throw up a little vacation video, literally throw. It was a mess, sorry guys. But I figured I'd do a little get ready with me, talk about what's going on. And maybe there might be a little surprise at the end of this video. Anyway, I did go on my cruise for any of you guys that did not know. Hence, I have dark circles under my eyes. This is just the, if you guys haven't tried this is the Tatcha, Pearl, as they call it. I like it because it's basically their water cream with just a little bit of color to it. It looks kind of dark right this second, but once you pat it, and literally you want to kind of pat it in, I use it just to kind of lift the eye and kind of clean up underneath here because I'm very red, and I'll even pat it down in here. I like to use it anywhere that I need kind of a little extra moisture and a little extra kind of coverage because I'm using something I haven't used in a while. And for many of my girls out there that aren't like into heavy foundations, you'll like this. It is the it is the Bare Minerals. This is the Mineral Veil. This is the here we go. This is the original broad spectrum foundation, and this is in Fair One. I'm going to be using that today, and I will tell you, I love this brush. This is the Handy Buki brush, and it is by Bare Minerals. It's their, you can look it up by that, or if you can't remember that, this is the Mineral Foundation brush. And I have found that it works with all kinds of stuff. Now, when you're using a cream product with it, you want to make sure, like this Tatcha, I want to really make sure that's into my skin. It does kind of get up in here and kind of crease on me a little bit, which I don't like. There we go. It just kind of, see, it brightens it a little. It kind of gives me a little extra moisture, because when you're using a mineral foundation, you're going to want to make sure you have moisture to your skin, which you want your skin nice and dry before you start. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. This is the Fair One, and I think, I can't remember who it was. I've heard it several times. It's like sprinkling cocoa on your coffee or your hot cocoa. You take the mineral powder and you just kind of, whoop, that's way too much, sorry. You know, I have such a hard time doing this. Literally, you want like that much. Literally, you want like that much. And what you do is, I like to press this into the brush a little bit and then kind of spin it. See it flying around like that, you got too much. I mean, it is in there, and then you just kind of start. You want to work it into your skin. Work it into your skin in kind of circular motions. And even though it feels like you're not really putting anything in, see, you are. This is a more natural looking foundation. You can build this. I like to start out with a nice, see, it's kind of taming my red down. I like to really slowly work that in. You don't want, with mineral foundations, you don't want them very heavy. They do take a little getting used to. Less is more with them. They are very pretty. I did notice that online, watching other people, that it's a little different when you're watching it on video, that it doesn't show up like as much. And I think the whole reason behind that is, if you've ever like put your makeup on and then take a picture of yourself and then you look like you have like no makeup on, that is the lovely thing about photography. That's why you hear me talk a lot about people doing their makeup for like Instagram looks, or people doing their makeup for real. That is the difference between a makeup artist and an influencer type artist. As a lot of times you may think these Instagram, and they, I'm not knocking what they do. It is beautiful work, but it's not practical in a realistic world. I mean, come on, are you going to walk out with that much makeup? I don't. I don't wear that much makeup out. When I go out, I wear a very minimal, to be honest with you, amount of makeup. You see me going over this several times. It's just because I like to get a nice even kind of look to it. And it does add a little color to my skin, so I have to be very careful to make sure to get it on there even. See, it just kind of makes your skin look pretty. And I love that look. You don't want to forget, to get it around the crease of your nose, kind of under your eye. You don't want to get it too much around the underneath of your eyes, because, well, you may be young and this might not matter, but I am not young and it does matter. I'm 49 years young, and if I put too much powder under my eyes, you'll see it from a mile away and I'll look 10 years older. It makes the eye very heavy. Now, if you ever wonder, you're sitting here doing your makeup and you are trying to make your makeup look like these influencers and wondering, oh my God, I cannot get my makeup to look like that, and I don't understand why. That makeup is really and truly only meant for like online kind of, photography use. As far as doing your makeup for like every day, it's completely different. Now I'm going to pull out my Jeffree Star palette. I had worn this the other day and I had several compliments on it. And when I told them what palette I had used, they were very surprised. And the reason being is because I did more of a natural look with this. And I'm going to show you how I came about this. And I'm going to show you something. If you do have this palette and you get a little lost, or palettes similar to this, the two things in this palette that are going to be your best friend is this color and this color right here. You can custom make your own transition color to do more of a natural look. Now, I have went into this one, but mostly into Titan and a little bit into Gravity. And I'm going to go ahead and put that just above my crease and kind of start working that in right there. And as you come down, see, I added a little more Gravity and a little less of that. There we go. And I just slowly work that right there. What I'm doing is I'm opening that eye up because I'm getting a nice base right here and a nice little foundation for what I'm about to do on the lid. Now, this is a way that you can do yourself some color, but not go absolutely crazy. Now, there we go. I like to kind of come up a little higher into here. Just really because that kind of pulls the eye, kind of pulls that crease in even more. Because my eyes are so hooded. See how that bit I put right there just really gave me more depth in this eye. And this is my eye that actually has less depth. The other thing, if you're finding that those aren't too dark, you can also go into Phone Home, which is a little darker. There we go. But very similar. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just kind of wiggle that color right on into that crease. There we go. I'm going to go straight into Gravity right here because I want to even that depth out. And I just feel like I'm having a hard time with that depth over here. I'm going to go and grab a little bit of Phone Home. I'm going to deepen that up right there just a little more. There we go. I'm going to deepen the outer corner of this just a little bit. What I'm doing is all I want is like a shadow look. All I'm doing is trying to, this skin right here, I'm trying to make that skin appear like it's gone. And how I'm doing that is by building a shadow there, which it tricks your eye to believe that that goes back in deeper. Now, if you're having a hard time with this and your eyes are as hooded as mine, you can drop your brush and have to go get it. Just kidding. You can go and get yourself a little tighter fluffy brush like this. One that's a little more condensed. Sorry guys, my brushes are an absolute mess because I just got back from my cruise. And I did wash some of them before I left and I can't find any. Here we go. I'm going to grab this little guy here. Hey, do I want that one? No, that ain't him. Decisions. I have way too many brushes. Here we go. This is what I want. I'm going to grab this guy here, and it's kind of like the shape of a pencil brush, but it's more fluffy. And this is a synthetic brush, where the first one I was working with is a natural brush. I'm going to go into Phone Home. I'm going to come right into here. I think you guys have seen me do this before. And I'm just going to bring that up. See how that's really helping me tuck that down and kind of bring that into the corner. I don't want to put too much on. Now you can always, there we go. You can always blend this out with the fluffier brush after you get it to the shape you want and everything. Then you can go back and blend it in a little. I'm going to kind of come down into here just to blend that in. There we go. But I don't want to. There. Now I got what I want. Those three colors are really my favorite as far as natural shades, which is Titan, Gravity, and Phone Home, to really set a look. Now I'm going to go back in with the first brush I was using. I just cleaned it off in my color switch, and I'm going to come in right here, and I'm just going to back and forth windshield wiper motions, and just to kind of soften everything up. I don't want anything very hard. I do have a little hard edge right here, but we are going to highlight right in here, which is going to bring that back. There we go. I don't want the eyes looking very heavy, because what I'm doing today is it's more of a natural look. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and, I like doing this with my finger. People look at me like I'm nuts. I just feel like I can get that little, my finger fits right there where I want it to go, and I can feel the bone. I can feel where my bone is right here, and I can evenly clean them up. It's always been a way I've done it. Just my little way of doing things. I'm going to go into Area 51, and that is that real rich purple, and I'm going to pounce that right on the end of that brush. And I want to work it into that brush. See where it's just on that end. Now I'm going to lay it down right here. I'm going to kind of look in the mirror. I'm going to lay it down right here, and I'm just bring it in. Same thing again. What I want is, I want like a straight, I want like an angle right there. An angle, I'll lay it down and just pull it down. There we go. And there we go. I don't want to really go back and forth on that because I want a sharp line right here. See, I want a nice sharp line, and see how that pulled that eye up. This look is so simple. I know I'm probably making it look very difficult right now with all the steps I started with. Let me turn my head. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Sorry if the angle's not great. There we go. Just make sure I get those even. We're going to go over the other parts with a lighter color, so don't freak out if you completely, lose that sharpness. This is a Crown 510 brush. It's just a flat kind of packer brush. Really, you can use anything you feel comfortable with, but you're going to use the end of it. See, I'm using that flat part of it and just laying it there and bringing it down. See, and now right up against the lash line, you may want to kind of pat that in. Now with the darker colors like this, you're going to want to pat that in instead of really kind of go back and forth. And that's going to really help you with fallout. You can wet your brush if you like. I don't like to wet matte colors at all. I think they work so much better this way. And I want to bring that to about the center of my pupil. Actually, it's kind of the inside of the pupil, the center part. There we go. Bring that in. Now, I'm going to grab another flat brush, but I'm going to grab this one here. This is a BH Cosmetics number 4 brush, and this is kind of what you would use for like a cut crease or a kind of concealer look. And I'm going to go into, where is it? Pluto right here. I love, love, love this color. Let me show you this color real quick. This is so pretty. It depends on where you look it from. It's white, it's green, it's gold. It's so pretty. Interstellar is the darker version. So if you want something more kind of darker taupey kind of green, that is that one there. I like the lighter color. It's just prettier, I think, for daytime. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And I'm just going to start packing that on to the rest of the lid. I like to just kind of come in and work that lightly on the lid. And then I will just start building it up. Because it is a white color. There we go. I'm just going to grab this here. This is Smashbox primer water. It's the coconut one that Nicole Concilio, I guess, had something to do with. That whole situation was just, I don't know. You know, it's sad when you're asked to do something and then it kind of turns into not, you. All right, I'm just going to wet that. And I wetted both sides. I wet both sides of my brush, and I'm just going to kind of come around and I'm going to work that into and around that lid. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side, and I'll be right back. I've went ahead and done Pluto on both sides. I just adore how that looks. Now, if you feel like you've lost some of your purple, it's kind of like that crispness to that line you've kind of lost, you can go back in. You can also use a little smaller brush. You can go in with, really anything, even something like this, just to kind of crisp up that line. I'm going to go back in with the original, and I'm just going to, one little swipe. I don't know what made me come up with this just a simple little eye like this, but I thought it was cute, and just something I really enjoyed doing. I love purple. I love using purples and greens together. I also love using purples and oranges together. They're kind of complementary colors as far as the color wheel, the color wheel goes in color theory. I've taken color theory as far as art, and that's what we were always taught. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab that purple, straight in with that purple, and I'm just going to kind of buff that right on the lash line, just a tiny bit, and keep that real tight. I want to keep that very tight on that not waterline, but lash line. See, I'm keeping that nice and tight just to kind of frame that eye. I don't want to close the eye up too much. You can also come up here, and this is where you can crisp up your outer corner. See how that just gave it it's kind of a mild cat eye. This look reminds me of how I used to do my eyes in the 80s. I did my eyes very graphic. It was kind of a thing that I did. And believe it or not, back then, we didn't have the makeup like you guys have now. I would use watercolors on my eyes. Crazy, huh? They said they were non-toxic. I didn't get them near my actual eye. I just kind of did them around my eye, and then I would get eyeliners. But back then, we could only really get actual eyeliner, liners in black, brown, I think blue. That was about it. I think it was a big deal when we got purple. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics brush again, and I'm going to pick this up right on the tip. And I'm going to come in right here. I'm going to be careful not to get this in your eye. Not that it hurts, you just probably don't want to get powder in your eye. And kind of come right underneath there. I just like how it really makes that center kind of pop. I've been loving bringing my inner corner highlights underneath here. And really just making that stand out. There we go. And I'm also going to go ahead and bring that on the inner corner right there. Isn't that cool? I really just, I don't know what it is about this look. I really like it. I think next time I want to do it with this alien green color with that purple. What do you think of that? I think that would look kind of neat. This is one of my favorite colors in the palette, and I don't know why. I'm not a green person, but that is just, to me, it's just really a pretty color. Now I'm covered in green. Anyway, that just gives you guys kind of an idea of a simple, but colorful eye look you can do. Now, you can take Titan, or you can take Pluto to kind of highlight this top brow. I am going to change brushes here. I'm going to grab this little tiny guy here. This is a Morphe. I think this was it? No, it's like it has a weird name, and it's a very tiny, tiny, tiny pencil brush. I'm going to go ahead and grab Titan, and I'm going to put it right there and draw it out. Just put it right at the arch and draw it out. I want to keep that right underneath that brow, because I want to kind of highlight that brow a little bit, but we're not done there. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to bring it right here. I just like to kind of separate the brow from that brown that we did. Well, not brown, but this more neutral colors. And I'm going to lightly go over it with Pluto. At this point, if you want to, you can use the other color. What color was that? You can use Interstellar even, and kind of pop that. This is Interstellar. See, that gives you a little more of a pop right there. Now I'm going to have to do that on the other side. I wear glasses, so really it doesn't, it's like there's nothing really shows up super, super bright under my glasses, and that's why you see it now, but when I put my glasses on, it kind of tones everything down a little bit. I'm going to pop that Interstellar right, just a tiny bit right on top of that. There we go. I really like that. I just, something about this look I really like. Now I'm just going to kind of probably just put a little bit. I've been doing my face so much simpler here lately, to the point where, like, daily, oh, I got powder on my lips and I don't like it. Oh, goodness gracious. Don't you hate that? All right, I'm just going to grab this. This is the, what is this? This is Laguna, but this was their Orgasm in Infatuation that came out. I think it came out for Christmas. I love this packaging. And as you can tell, I love Laguna. I use it so much. It's one of the colors I use most, and this thing's been beat to absolute hell. This is the Kylie number 5 brush. I need to actually get another one of these. I don't know what it is. I love this brush for just kind of, I've been doing this little, I take Laguna and I just kind of bring it right here just to define my cheekbone a little bit, because I do have a little chubbier face. And I don't want it to get too ashy, so that's why I like using this Laguna, because it's not too cool and it's not too warm. It's just kind of right for me. Kind of warm that up, and then I just kind of go back So I'm kind of contouring and I'm kind of bronzing at the same time. It saves time and it gives you a nice little look for daytime. And you guys have been watching me long enough. You guys know I have so much red in my face. I don't really use blush. I honestly, I like to throw a little bronzer on and just kind of be done with it. But I do like to always make sure to add a little structure to my cheeks. I may even kind of go down my nose with what's left and kind of angle the end and kind of go across here and underneath. If you do cut out your jawbone right here, always make sure to kind of blend it down so you don't have a harsh line there. And if you're wearing your hair up, be very light with that because you don't realize it, but somebody will clock you from the side and you will not realize they're doing it. See how that gave that a shadow right there. And honey, I don't have a shadow right there because I don't have a jawline right here. It just kind of goes boop. You know, it doesn't matter how much weight I lose or gain or anything. I have the same shape face. Crazy, isn't it? There we go. I am going to grab a little bit more right in here. I like really getting that outer corner right there. See, it just kind of gives it right to here a mild kind of contour. And sometimes I'll pinch the brush together and it'll really give that more of a contour. There we go. My eyes are so glowy today that I don't think I'm going to put any, I don't think I'm going to do a highlighter today, but I am going to go ahead and sort of dust off underneath here. Now, one thing with this, Bare Minerals, they also have the Mineral Veil. The Mineral Veil is a very, very finely milled powder. You can use this by itself. What I like to do with this is the very end, I like to take my nice fluffy brush, this big guy here, and see just that little bit right there, and go ahead and work that into that brush. I like to kind of, see how I'm patting it in, and just kind of just buff everything, and that just gives you that real kind of almost like a flawless, just it gives you a nice matte look, but it really softens a lot of your features. And it doesn't mess up any of your makeup you've already done. It just gives you a nice softness to your face. Now, the last thing I like to do is I take my, sorry, I'm sticking my elbow up in the thing. I take this is the Luxie Airbrush Foundation Brush, but I actually use this for the powder. I pick up powder like that, and I want to really press it in. I want that really pressed in, and I'm just going to go right along here. You can always pick up more. And I want to press that right along my nose, and also right along the corner of my mouth. And the reason for me doing this is to really give myself an extra kind of protection against, blowing my nose, or, my nose running, eating something. And I like doing it with this powder because it's so soft that you don't really, it's not adding bulk. You see how it's really, let me see how close I can get. See, it's still, you can still see texture in my skin, but see how it just really softens everything? And when you go out here is when the magic really happens, and it gives you that nice soft look. Now you can set this with a setting spray. I normally do, but it's, I've been having trouble with setting sprays, just feeling kind of like it kind of ruins that whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, this is the Smashbox primer water. I'm going to hold it very far away and spray it straight up. And I'm just kind of see, I didn't get my face real wet. I just a light mist on my face just to kind of give that extra little bit. Now, I already did my brows, but I think I'm going to just run across them. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is the one that's in angle, and this is in number 5. This is the darker one. And what I like to do sometimes is just lightly, I'm barely letting it touch the hairs, and just lightly kind of go over them. And that just kind of catches the end of them almost, or the top layer of my brows, and just kind of, see, it kind of gives them more of a filled in look, I feel like. And that is it. I'm going to throw some lipstick on, which, if you guys haven't tried this color is amazing. I am very picky with lip colors. And I've been looking for like the perfect nude for me. This is Scandal from Jeffree Star's newest, the Alien collection, I guess you would call it, the holiday collection. And it is just the perfect. See how close to my natural color that is? But it's got a little bit of a berry tone. Enough that it doesn't clash with the purple in my eyes. It almost brings it out. It's kind of pretty. And I go very light with this. And I like the fact you don't have to use a lip pencil with this. I've been having trouble, there we go, getting that even right across the top, right here, right across my cupid's bow. This side of my mouth is a little smaller than the other side. And that's not from filler. That is just from nature. She tries to fix it with filler, and I think it actually brings more attention to it, but I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of, anywhere you feel like it might look a little heavy, this is that brush we used for the foundation. You can just kind of go over if you feel like something looks a little heavy, and kind of brush that out. That is pretty. And that's it. That's kind of the look for today. It's very light as far as the face goes. I've brought a little attention to my eyes. I am going to go ahead and throw some mascara on. I've still been loving this NARS, what is this called? I keep forgetting. Climax mascara. I like it because I'm not a big mascara person, but it's got a nice rich color, and I could literally just run across my lashes very quickly. I don't really like doing the bottom. I do the inner ones just to kind of cover up where I've gotten that white on them. Same as the top. I'm not a big mascara person. I've never really been, but it really does make a difference on the eyes. And if you notice, the purple really brings out green in my eyes, which that is why I tend to kind of go more towards purple, oranges, and those kind of colors, because those are more complementary to bringing greens out in eyes. But anyway, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more ideas for videos, let me know. Also, I do have a little surprise here. Where did I stuck it somewhere where I would not forget. I have been holding off, and I promised you guys this. I promised you as soon as I did a good review and used the palette a few times that I had one to give back. And here it is. So today, guys, make sure that you give a thumbs up. And below, let me know what your favorite eye look that I've done has been. And that will enter you in to win this palette. I will pick the winner. Oh, I want to do it right after Christmas because I can't get it to you in time for Christmas, but I will pick the winner New Year's Eve. How about that? So this will kind of be a New Year's Eve giveaway. So I'll probably do it. I go to bed early, even on New Year's, but I'm gonna try to stay up and do the giveaway at midnight. Announce the winner. If not, I will announce it on the 1st, and you could possibly be the winner of the James Charles palette. And this is a real one. You see all the fakes going around already. It's crazy. This one is. I did get this from the original release with Morphe. I got 3 of them. One for me, one for Glamorous Beauty, and one for you guys. So make sure to give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys stayed along for the whole video so you know to enter, and let me know what your favorite look that I have done has been. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you for spending your time with me. Bye.